What's up, guys? Milo here again, with another tutorial. First up, these pets are really bothering me. Anyway, please move, cat, because whenever I try to move her, she bites me. Ah! Go away! Go away! Anyway, I saw this conversation on the forum by Tui, is that how you pronounce it? And Robert, um, about editing the Vitor skin images. I just want to go through that real quick. Well, I keep saying real quick. Sometimes it takes a while. I'm just gonna wing this, but yeah, that's what I wanna talk about today. I'll just hide the face. So yeah, so here are files. Um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to edit the virtual tour skin. So already know how this looks like, right? Try to edit these. Uh, yeah. So first step is to create the virtual tour. So I have two images here already. Um, so I drag this to the droplet. The the make tour droplet. Okay, I'll just pause this. So it's done creating the tour. So first thing I always do is set up the start view, like that, and add the button going to the next scene. In this case, it goes up, point to the bed, add another hotspot going down, and then I save, and then that's where I begin to edit the virtual tour skin. Yeah, there's a problem with this recording plugin. I can't click the side parts. Let me just prepare my workspace. So I use Sublime. I think you already know that. Sorry if you hear the background noise. There's a construction going on behind our apartment. So yeah, so whenever you do a save, I talked about this before, it creates a backup. But this is the file. Tour.xml is the file that's always being looked at. So if you look at tour.html, it's pointing to tour.xml. So actually, you can delete this if you want. It's distracting. And if you trace this, so the default skin looks at Vitor skin XML. So when you open this, looks at this file, and this is where you're gonna find the buttons. So let's try to um, see how it works. So yeah, see these buttons. You already discussed this before, like how to change the settings. I always use thumbs open through, um, and I disable WebVR. So let's say you wanna trace. You want to add a button here somewhere. Well, actually, I think we need to understand first how these buttons work. So let's try to trace this left arrow, the left arrow, sorry. So to do that, I'm just gonna search for the file, the images it is referring to, which is this, just to get to the bottom of it. So here, if I search this, I am gonna see that it is a variable, and this is the ones being called. So a style is sort of like, if you keep repeating the same things, you create a style instead of writing it over and over and assign a layer to that style. So if you search skin base, it's gonna get called a lot of times because a lot of buttons are using that image. So actually, from here we see scroll left, scroll right. We'll see here a button left, I see it now. So actually, if I comment this out, that button is gonna disappear. Button left. So it's gone. So yeah, if I want to remove an entire section, I just comment it out. Okay, so but how does it work? So yeah, the thing is, here is the crop. This is what you're looking at. So it says here, what does this mean actually? So this is like an OR. It means this layer is using the style skin base and also skin glow. So you can add another here. So skin glow is the one that does this like white highlight. You can trace it back, but it basically it's gonna look at this image here, and I think it's putting it as a background. I never really looked into it that much. This is what you need to understand. I think this is what is confusing. So what does this mean? Skin bottom left. This is actually this is XY XY with height. So what does that mean? It means that the starting point is 0x and starting point for y is 192. So this is x0 and 192 would be, because this each box is 64, right? This is 64 by 64 pixels. So let's divide 192 by 64 and you get 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the left button. This one is the left button because x, this is the x0. Let's try to. This is x equals 0. So here it's still x equals 0, but y here is 0. Sorry. So that is x0. I'm just gonna put it here. X is 0, but here y is 0 and y is 64 here, and here y is 128, and here y is, what's it, 64 times 3, 192. And we already know the width and height. So this is 64 and this is 64. So in the case of the VR button, it is not the same size. So let's try to look for this VR button. VR. So you see 800, but width is 80 and 64. So it did something different here. So it's 80. So the crop here is 80 just for this VR. So yeah, if I wanted to change that left button, it's either I edit this image here, let's say I don't know, it's poor Photoshop editing skills here. Left, right, up, down. So let's say I just edit this, just for example. Shape. I don't know what I'm doing. Is there a shape here? Shape. I'm pretty sure this. How do I drag this? Can't say anything with this recorder. Sorry. I'm pretty sure there's a shape here somewhere which I don't use a lot. Shape. Show yourself. Why can't I see it? Anyway, I can't find it. Let's just find the arrow in Google. Left arrow. Mm. So up, up. Oh fuck! I pressed escape. Let's say we're gonna use this, but yeah, we can't really use this because it's not transparent. But yeah, just for the sake of this tutorial. Boop. Mm, yeah, something like that, right? So originally it didn't have a background. I'm gonna save it and override, or let's just override. I mean, create a new file. So let's name it VTOR-skin 2, and here go back to skin base and change where the file it's looking at, which is this. Let's make it 2. Did I say 2? 2. Yeah, this is gonna look weird, but wait, what did I do wrong? I'm just gonna restart that. I don't know what happened. Is it here? Vitor skin dash 2.png. I am looking at what Vitor skin 2. Save. Cause so I think what's happening is this is not being read because there's another one here. So this is the one we're gonna change. The one in tour.xml. So yeah, there you go. Just need to override the images. So I think the issue now is, what if you don't want to do anything with the buttons here and you want to add. So based on what I showed you, XY, right? 0 starts here. So you just add it at the bottom, or you add another column here. But let's say so right now the image size is 128 by I mean the height is 768. Let's add another icon plus 64. 768 plus 64. This is 832. So let's create a canvas that is, what was I? 832. Already forgot. Okay, that looks right. Where is my guide? So this should be 64. So we can add an icon here. I recently did a project uh, where I added some audio and I added a voiceover. This one. So I didn't use the default Krpano theme. Created something on my own. But let's say you wanted it here. So first, what I did was I looked for an icon. I found it in Noun Project, so I bought it for I don't remember how much. So I bought these four. But let's say we want to use this too, and then yeah, we just put it here. And then the other state will be the like the off state 64, and I need to color it white. again, save it. Oops. 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 Save it. History. So if I change it here, it won't do anything because nobody's looking at that file yeah, that coordinates yet. So let's create a button. Actually, let's look for that left button. No, let's look for this one. What is this? I think this is the hide show. Hide. Button hide or toggle. Which one is it? I think this is it. So if I remove this, that should disappear. Okay, so that icon disappeared. So this is the one. So I'm gonna create another one here. Skin button narration. Skin base. So the number would be 0 and what? 7. Oh, what did I did I do? You just need to change this. So I think it's 7. I mean, we're looking at this number. So this would be 7 what? What are you? I mean, how do I see the number? 7. Okay, let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? 64 times 12? 768. 768. And then this is the position. So if we don't change this, this is gonna overlap with that one. See? So based here, it's every 40. So we add 40. Then this should show beside it. Yeah, but well, this is my fault because it's too small. So I should have made the icon bigger here. But you can also change the scale. I believe there's a scale here. So let's say I make this one. Oh, I think I changed the wrong one. This one. So this is gonna get bigger, but it's gonna be weird because it's not following the I mean the size of the others. But yeah, what I do is I'd go back here and resize here. But anyway, we can continue. So we want to toggle because right now it's just doing the same thing as this one. So let's remove the on click. And there is a toggle in Krpano. Toggle, Krpano toggle. I think toggle somewhere here. So it just changes the value from one to the next. Or is it switch? Oh no, switch. So switch. Let's use switch variable. So let's try this. On down switch. So we're gonna switch the on crop from oh sorry, crop. Is that right? And so we're gonna change these values. So what's gonna change is one is just 0 x and the other one is 64 x. So let's see if this works. So it's just toggling between these two. It's just changing the x values. So if we toggle the y, can also do that, but let's say this, let's tag, change this to 64. This is the Y, so it is gonna look at this, I think, when you toggle. Oh wait, what happened? 0, this is X, X, this is Y, Y. Actually, I don't know what happened there. 64 Y. It still should work because it's just changing the. Because where is that? This Y064. It should. I see. Because we're using a different scale, I think. No. Why isn't that working? Let's try that again. That's actually weird. Why is not that toggling? Because if I move this one value down, so 768, 964, I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen. 704. It should toggle these two here. Okay, something funny is happening. Let me just pause this and figure what's happening. I don't know why it should also be the same here, but it shouldn't do that because it's basically toggling. But anyway, see, it's now toggling to these two because I changed the X and Y and also changed this, so it's just return it to 768. So yeah, I think that's basically it. You just need to edit these, or you can even create your own if you want. Yeah, just create a different style and then use that. Yeah, I'm thinking if there's still anything I need to discuss here. No, I think that's it. So you just need to add functionality here because right now it doesn't do anything. I need to add the audio, etc. Also, just a tip. So because I used to edit these a lot, and I noticed. So for example, so it does something funky here. So actually, you'll notice that it's already, I think the alignment. Oh no, it had nothing to do with. It moves when you're on mobile. It sometimes moves these values here. Cause I'm trying to look for an example, but the device. Anyway, if you try to search this code here, it sometimes moves the buttons. Where did I see that? You see this action here. If you read this thoroughly, it does something funky with the buttons. So sometimes you'll wonder why it's moving. So actually, this one increments by 44. Yeah. I think based on the device, if it's mobile or desktop. So if you're editing this and you're wondering why it moves, I mean the position changes on mobile, it has something to do with this action here. Yeah, but I forgot what I was looking at then, and I figured that the code was moving it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you get to understand how these work. Yep, boy.